Speaker. My question is for the Premier. Premier, I can't help but notice the similarities between your gas plant scandal and your Sudbury scandal.
Yep.
They both center on closely placed insiders, and they both have deputy chiefs of staff involved to do the Liberal bidding. You shut down the gas plant scandal committee to protect your insiders in that OPP investigation, and you won't make the insiders in the Sudbury scandal step aside while the OPP investigation carries on. So you've developed a culture of entitlement for insiders and a culture of fear for anyone who opposes you. Premier, why are you protecting the people who are suspects in a criminal investigation unless the trail leads right back to you?
Well, Mr. Speaker, let me just respond to the first part of that question, which is to say, Mr. Speaker, that when I came into this office in 2013, I made it clear, and actually I had made it clear through my leadership bid, Mr. Speaker, that we were going to open up the process, that the Justice Committee was involved in, that the scope of the questions that the Justice Committee would have access to would be broadened. That happened, Mr. Speaker. There were hundreds of thousands of documents and dozens of witnesses that went in front of that committee, Mr. Speaker, and I'm pleased that there has been a report that has been written. And so, Mr. Speaker, as I did there with the situation around the Sudbury by-election, Mr. Speaker, I've been very clear. I've been clear in this House. I've been clear outside of this House, Mr. Speaker, exactly what I did. I made a decision that Glenn Thibeault was going to be our candidate, Mr. Speaker, and there is now an investigation going on. That investigation is going on outside of this House. It is an independent investigation, and I believe we need to let it unfold.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Premier, in your scandals, we learned that the Liberals continue to say one thing, but later evidence reveals the truth. In the gas plant, we heard under oath, "I have no emails," but the OPP recovered those emails. In Sudbury, we heard, quote, "no job offer was made," but the OPP turned over tape conversations outlining a job offer. Premier, there's hard evidence, audio tape recordings, that the decision on your candidate in Sudbury had not been made by mid-December. Now, this is contradictory to what we've heard in this legislature. Now, we both know that knowingly contradicting the truth shows contempt for every member of this legislature. Premier, can you and will you provide this House and the OPP with even one email that corroborates your version of the story?
Mr. Speaker, again, when I say that the investigation is independent, that's not my opinion. That's a fact, Mr. Speaker. The Public Prosecution Service of Canada has been retained, Mr. Speaker. It's a process that's happening outside of this House. Now, I understand, as well as the next person, the back and forth of question period, Mr. Speaker. But I believe that accusing people of being criminals when there's an investigation going on is wrong. I don't think that that's right. I don't think that it's fair, and I think that the honourable members opposite should stop doing that, Mr. Speaker, and I think that they should acknowledge that the investigation is happening outside this House and that we need to let it unfold, Mr. Speaker.